going to talk to an area man whose story was profiled locally in the paper last week. Has been picked up as a national story. It ties in with the healthcare debate going on. We're going to talk to Rob Day about his rare blood condition and also how it's become very difficult for him to receive treatment thanks to the way the healthcare system operates. We'll talk about that after the news. I've been living with this for over 20 years. What's the prognosis now? What's the treatment? Is there any kind of treatment?
The only treatment that's available now is this, I called it my wonder drug, Solaris. It's made by Lexicon Pharmaceuticals.
Okay.
It's the only one out there.
But it seems to have been successful for you, right?
Oh, man, I feel like I've never felt like this before.
Does your insurance cover this?
Yeah. Right now I pay like a $35 deductible.
Mm-hmm.
And insurance covers the rest of the cost of the drug.
Right.
Which is roughly between $30,000 and $35,000 a month.
Say that again.
$30,000 to $35,000 a month. Not a year. That's a month.
A month.
So, I'm not a mathematician, but over a year, that's about $380,000. And I have a $2 million life.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say, when did you get the first letter from your insurance company that said, it has come to our attention that...
Well, actually, Lexion, they work with you because they want you to have it.
Right.
You're
Sure.
juicing up their pockets. But I told them I will not waste all my insurance on this drug. Simply because if something else happens, I get in an automobile accident.
Yeah.
Well, you're still taken away from your lifetime max. So...
Boy...
I'm at $1 million right now. So
that's got to be frightening to know that the thing that's keeping you alive, that it helps you function, is the thing that you can't really afford. So what do you do? First of all, why is it so expensive?
They're called biomedic drugs. I guess years ago they came out. Some bill was passed or something like that to make it easier for drug companies to do it. So it's more money for them.
Sure.
And they're figuring within 5, maybe 10 years, most of the drugs 50% of the drugs will be biomedic or biologic drugs.
Okay.
Well, because there's more money, less people take it, so they can charge more. And these drugs are not cure drugs.
Right.
I call them Band-Aid drugs. They didn't cure me. They just keep you going.
Right.
And then the legislation that's going through, there's a 12-year exclusivity on their patents right now. So that means after 12 years, they can get supposedly a generic version, but all they have to do is change the drug just to tweak it, and it's called evergreening. The evergreening means they get another 12 years, and they can do this forever. So that means this drug would never become generic form.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, a generic form of Solaris would not be $50 over the counter. It would probably still be $100,000 because it's still not cheap.
Right.
But it's a heck of a lot cheaper than $380,000.
Sure. So you've obviously been watching the healthcare debate very, very closely because this pertains directly to you. Isn't there like some kind of a cap that's set or something like that? I mean, basically the thing that the House is supposed to vote on tomorrow night, does this in any way improve your situation?
No. From what I understand, this is like a little sub-bill that they're trying to get passed. The AARP's for knocking the 12 years down to 5. President Obama, he wants 5. So if you start at 12, you have no negotiating room. I mean, if they say, all right, we'll start at 5, they can maybe negotiate up to 7 years of exclusivity. Well, it's going to be too late for me anyways, so I'm not doing this for myself. I'm doing this for the other people, and it's just not my condition. It has to do with cancer treatment drugs because they use biologic drugs. Any biologic drugs have 12 years exclusivity. So because right now I have, Lexion will help. But when you exhaust all your insurance, you can go to Lexia and say, can you help me out here? But to me, that's like, why?
Yeah.
Why are they charging so much to begin with, and then all of a sudden I can come to you and continue to take the drug?
Right.
Why are you charging so much up front? There's NORD, which is the National Organization of Rare Diseases.
Mm-hmm.
They're a nonprofit group, based all on donations and stuff that can help me pay. But there's only so much in a pot.
Yeah.
So after a while, you come up, and they review your case, and you may or may not get renewed. You may lapse.
Yeah.
Well, the problem with
turning really, really bad. You've got that date on the calendar, don't you?
Yeah, my date's coming up, and it's very, very stressful for me.
I can just imagine. I mean, have you talked to your congressman? Has Candace Miller had anything to say about this? Has anybody in Congress had anything to say about this at this point?
Not that I know of. I have gone to D.C. 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And I've been like the lead person because their figure Solaris is the most expensive drug out there. Of course, they want me to talk to them. I met a nice gentleman, Ralph Neese. He's the National Coalition on Healthcare. He's for it. The last time I went to D.C., I met the Honorable Bill Thomas. He's the former chairman, U.S. House Ways and Means Committee. He was, I think he was in there for 28 years or 23, 28 years out of California, and he's heading up the healthcare stuff. Basically all I've done so far is gone out there and told reporters, some aides directly to the senators that write the bills, talk to them, giving them my story, why I'm doing this, and I talked to other lobbyists and stuff like that. And my main thing is, way back when it's 2.5 years ago, but I told my wife, I said, I'm doing it for my kids because I don't want to, what if?
Right.
What if I did do it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I know what the what if, I can tell my kids. My kids know, 8 and 5 years old, they're not dumb.
Right.
I have very, very smart kids. Everybody says that about the kids.
Yeah, I guess, Rob, it's really easy for all of us to get down on the pharmaceutical companies and say, well, they're just they're price gouging, they're just after their own interests, and I think to a certain extent that's probably true. I don't know why this drug costs so much. You kind of explained it a little bit, but I mean, who am I to say what they should charge for a life-saving drug? What gets lost in the conversation a lot, I think, is the people that rely on those drugs, and so you're stuck between a pharmaceutical company that says it needs to charge more than $250,000 a year for you to stay alive, and an insurance company that says, we like Rob, but we're not going to pay him $250,000 a year to take this drug, and then Congress that doesn't seem to want to take action on it.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the whole idea about high costs and all that stuff because it took them 15 years to finally discover this drug.
Yeah.
Well, if there's only 7,000 of us, say in North America,
right,
out of that 7,000, how many can actually be on this drug? So of course they want all their money now.
Right.
My whole thing is, you stretch it out, make it cheaper, then you can, and if you release your patent, you can go on, you can move on to something else, you can spur growth, and stuff like that, and.
Yeah, it's a tough situation, and I mean, I don't know what else to say other than keep up the good fight, keep pushing those folks in Washington.
I'm not giving up, man.
I don't blame you, and I bet a lot of it. Is there anything that anybody else can do? Pick up the phone, call their representative, write letters.
Write letters to anybody and everybody you can think of in the House, the Senate. Your congressman, your congresswoman. Anything. I have friends that are sending stuff. You can go. Let me see if I can find my website. Not my website. It's their website.
Right.
I believe it's. Oh, it's on there.
Is this the one at the bottom of the page? It's yearofaffordablehealth.com.
Yes.
All right. Yearofaffordablehealth.com. The National Coalition on Healthcare is behind that. Rob, good luck to you. Keep us posted on how this goes.
I will.
Because I don't think that we've heard the last in this saga. Rob Day with us, and Rob works at the Times Herald. Rob, we appreciate you stopping by this morning.
Well, thank you.